Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. Why can't I sleep at night? I got a question in. Can I get a hello there from a guy who is finishing off his business degree, but he hasn't been able to sleep for a whole month, and he hates the course he's doing, but he's on medication as well, and he hates that too. And this insomnia has affected his passion for fitness. He wants to go off and be an actor, but he's losing enthusiasm. Let me share with you, because I have experienced what you are going through when you are confronted with that extreme stress. I was listening to CDs, beautiful wind, a little rain, some waterfalls. Close your eyes. You are feeling very sleepy. Take a deep breath. And once I stop talking, you should have fallen asleep. Why aren't you asleep? Give me my money back! The CDs helped, but only up until a point. They acted as a temporary band-aid. I saw that I had unresolved issues to deal with. Let's dive into it. When we talk of why I can't sleep at night, it's because a lot of us don't want to wake up. You said it yourself. You hate the lifestyle you are living. Therefore, we have to honor our worthiness and start doing what we love. When I was in the library, studying and studying, I couldn't sleep. I hated that I was almost living like an automaton. I wanted to be free, but at the same time, I knew I had to wake up. I had a program running. The moment I stopped all of that, I was able to get the best night's sleep. That was good. The ancients talked of the dream world as being the real world. And when you are awake, you are actually in the dream world, the Maya, the illusion. All around us we have the lights, the external stimulation which keeps so many of us neurotic, panicky, anxious. Many of us, we are living a 24/7 grind. What happens? We get taken out of our natural biorhythm. There's a great book I read a long time ago called Lights Out. It talked about how with the rise of modern electricity, there was a rise of mental health. So you come home from a long day of studying or working and you are exhausted. But guess what? It is 8 o'clock at night. So you turn on the light. And this actually tricks your brain into feeling it is awake again. So what happens? You start feeling really hungry. Open the fridge, open the cupboard, let's eat, let's have a big party. Oh no, I've got to wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Whoops. Of course you can't sleep. Of course I couldn't sleep, because I was out of my natural biorhythm. What happens when we stop sleeping? You look totally different. Who are you? Who are you? Cardiovascular issues. Some people even hallucinate. But when we are on autopilot, we have this need. I saw along my journey, once I let go, because for me, sleep is the ultimate surrender. It is a mini death. You have to ask yourself, are you ready to die? Are you ready to die? Because a lot of us, we are not ready to let go of this illusion world. I am so thankful I pulled myself out of that program. Because many of us, we are living according to how our parents want, what our friends want, what society wants. We neglect our own needs, and that is the reason we can't fall asleep. We have forgotten self-care, self-love, and we are going after the prize. Therefore, we put so much pressure on ourselves, so much force, so much harshness. When I let go of the need and the desire to fall asleep, that was the moment I had the best night's sleep ever. I woke up and screamed, "Woo! I'm on holiday." Because I was not concerned about going to sleep. Why? Because I loved what I was doing so much before I was going to sleep. I didn't want to go to sleep. Sleep had to come and find me. I wasn't going to run and beg on sleep's door. The hour we go to bed, the hour before we go to bed, what are we doing? I have found that listening to beautiful bossa nova music, getting yourself into a harmonious state, helps to surrender to sleep. Because that's the only way to fall asleep. You have to surrender. You have to let go of everything. Binaural beats, the 432 hertz frequency, all of this moves us into alignment. It does wonders. Exercising. Some of us, we have too much energy because we are living up here in our minds. We are overthinking. Many of us can't sleep because we have this inner conflict. Voices in our head. You're not good enough. I want to go to sleep. You didn't pay your light bill. I want to go to sleep. You made so many mistakes. I want to go to sleep. Didn't you hear me the first time? Never talk like that. I say, welcome your inner voice. It is your secret ally. For so long, we've been disregarding it, not paying it any attention. And now, it wants to have some words with us. But guess what? It's at the most inappropriate time, just when we want to go to sleep. It's not about being in resistance to those voices. It's about embracing them, because what sleep represents is the darkness, our shadow. That is why we get so many nightmares and stuff. Also, I am conscious of what kind of images I see before I go to bed. We love horror films as a society. Many of our lives have become a horror film. You don't need to go to the movie. Save yourself some money. But just by looking at more inspiring images, it has allowed me to become more peaceful within myself. Seeing that the body is the subconscious mind. Breathing from the base of my spine. Stretching just before bed, doing yoga, the twist and the turn, being spontaneous until eventually, where was I? It's all about feeling comfortable in your own skin. A lot of us, we are searching for the truth. I was for a long time until I realized I was the truth. We've got question upon question, but the question is, how is it serving you? Tomorrow is another day. So I always remind myself that true wisdom is knowing how much you don't know. So we must also surrender to the knowledge, because knowledge can only take you so far. But imagination is infinite, and that's what we step into once we enter the dream world. The secret to stop overthinking is to let go of who you think you are. Because so many of us have become attached to this identity, now we have to maintain it. You got to be here at 9 o'clock. No, not 1 minute later, not 1 minute before. 9 o'clock on the dot. You know who you are. I know who you are. Do not be late. I said, screw that. I'll wake up whatever time I want. I'm a boss. Because of that, I was able to step into my natural biorhythm. What kinds of foods are we eating? What are we drinking? Coke? Cocaine is a hell of a drug. We are overstimulated. Therefore, I found eating a more plant-based diet calmed me down. Calm down. I am a fan of Viktor Frankl as a psychologist because he changed how I saw this whole sleep. I can't get to sleep problem within myself. He wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning, which I highly recommend, and he talked of logotherapy. And in a nutshell, he talked of the two neurotic pathogens that all human beings experience are hyperintention, where we really want to do something, therefore it makes it less likely to happen because there is more pressure, and hyper-reflection, where we just focus on ourselves, that now we don't achieve our goals. And with hyper-reflection, what happens is that we create anticipatory anxiety. This is where the very thing that we fear eventually happens, a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you say, I'm going to be anxious before I go to bed. I'm not going to be able to sleep. And guess what? Bingo, you are right. So he talked of paradoxical intention. So a client would come to him and say, I can't sleep, but I want to really get to sleep. He would tell them, don't try to get to sleep. Have no desire to sleep whatsoever. And he found that clients all of a sudden were able to fall asleep because they removed the desire to fall asleep. He called this de-reflection, where we take the focus of ourselves and we allow ourselves to step into our true authenticity. So it is amazing how this helped me along my journey, because I always say, whenever you say, I want, you are sending a signal to the universe that you don't have what you desire, therefore you will always remain in lack. Ask yourself, does my life have meaning? Right now, I would never do something that I hate. I'm priceless. And I see that we are here for a very brief period of time. Therefore, I have to do what I love. And once you start doing that, you won't have to seek out sleep. Sleep will seek out you. Love yourself 100%. We are here, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.